Greetings. We're here at the 46th Annual Teer Spirit Award, and we're joined by Sade Lithcott, the CEO of National Black Theater. Welcome to Cultural Caravan.
Always a pleasure to be on your show.
Sade, I just want you to tell our viewers, what is the significance of this year's presentation?
Well, the Teer Spirit Awards every year is done on June 18th, which is National Black Theater's Founders Day, Dr. Barbara Ann Teer's birthday. This would have been her 77th birthday, NBT's 46th year. And so every year we really want to pay it forward. We're so grateful to be in the Harlem community for 46 years. So how best to celebrate that than to honor other people who make our communities stronger, brighter. And so this year as you know, we're honoring 9 incredible, fearless leaders in the global community around art and culture. So this year is really significant to us, as every year is, but really continuing to blaze this unapologetic trail for Black culture and art in America.
Yeah. I know that you are going to be presenting Suzanne Taylor with the Dr. Barbara Ann Teer Award. Tell us the significance of this award, particularly.
Well, the Dr. Barbara Ann Teer Award is an award that we give to someone who is an incredible entrepreneur, an incredible leader, but also harnesses the power of spirit in what they do. So it's not just about being an amazing businesswoman or breaking all of these records as Susan Taylor has done. She's a legend, but her connection to source energy in order to create the empire in which she created and the legacy that she's created. That's what the Teer Spirit Award's about. And on a personal note, my mother and her were so fond of each other. Susan knows my dad. It's family, it's legacy, it's legends, and that's the significance of the award.
Well, it's great to be here, and congratulations, 46 years continuing your mother's wonderful legacy. Thank you so much. Great to be here. Greetings. We're now joined by Ruben Santiago-Hudson. He is one of the honorees of this year's 46th Annual Teer Spirit Award. Welcome to Cultural Caravan.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I know you're going to be a recipient of the Tunde Samuel Award. Please tell us the significance of this recognition to you for this year.
First of all, to have my name linked with Tunde Samuel is such an incredible honor. One of the most gracious and beautiful human beings I've ever met in my life. So if I can carry on the legacy that Tunde has already laid out and with his spirit, I'm a blessed man.
Well, I know that last time you were on our show, we were honoring the great Ossie Davis, and you know his wife made a transition, the great Ruby Dee, recently. Can you just share with us some thoughts about Ruby Dee and Ossie Davis, particularly on this occasion?
Well, you know, without breaking down and absolutely crying, I have to find the joy in the fact that we had Ossie and Ruby for so long, and they imparted such wisdom, such integrity upon us. You know, all I can say is if I can carry on with the foundation they have laid for us all, then my living will not be in vain.
Well, it's great to see you, and we look forward to you receiving this distinguished honor. Keep up the wonderful work. Greetings. We're now joined by Michelle Shea. She is one of the honorary co-chairs of this year's 46th Annual Teer Spirit Award. Welcome to Cultural Caravan.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure. You know, we are familiar with your work, particularly being part of the legendary Negro Ensemble Company and many other credits. Please tell us the significance of this award for our community.
Well, Barbara Ann Teer in my life, as well as many other people's lives, has been a pioneer and a catalyst for many wonderful, wonderful events in the community, uplifting us, educating us about many things, particularly how to connect your creativity with your spirit and with your culture. And the fact that her daughter Sade has committed to carrying this on is more and more significant. In fact, I feel after 45 years, this is still just the beginning. And the Teer Awards are one of the best things that happen. First of all, because it feels like being in a ocean of love, family honoring family in a very, very special way, in a very, very special night. Last year, I was honored. It meant so much to me to be honored by my own people in the Harlem community. And this year I'm honored to have been asked to be one of the honorary chairs. And so it's like I want this place to be here for at least another 50 years, so that's why I'm here.
Well, it's an honor to be here, and we're very excited about this year. And thank you so much, and we look forward to a wonderful program. Thank you.
It's going to be a great night, y'all.
So we're joined by Jawanza Bukhari, a good friend of Cultural Caravan, who's out here celebrating the 46th Annual Teer Spirit Award. Welcome to Cultural Caravan.
Thank you, Louise. Always a pleasure to be here.
Well, tell us about the significance of the National Black Theater to our community and how you've been influenced.
Well, the National Black Theater is an institution, and we don't have any cultural institutions, and this one stands out by itself. It's beautiful that it's in the midst of Harlem. Black shows come through here, it influences the people. The fact that it's here influences me as a playwright, so it's a very powerful thing, and I'm glad it's here.
Wonderful. And again, we look forward to some of your work coming out this year. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Greetings. My name is Louise Dente, and we're joined by Susan Taylor. She is the former editor-in-chief of Essence Magazine. Welcome to Cultural Caravan.
My joy to be with you this evening.
Well, I know that this evening you're going to be receiving the Barbara Ann Teer Award. Tell us about Barbara, your memories of her, and the significance of this award and the Teer Spirit Award.
Barbara Ann Teer was one of the most visionary, passionate, and courageous people ever to walk the face of this earth. And it's really just a joy to be here tonight to lift up her name, to honor her for the many of us who are being honored tonight to receive an award in her name. It's a joy.
Yes, and one of the things, it's been a very, very interesting year as we've particularly celebrating Dr. Teer. We're also recognizing the great Ruby Dee. I know that, as you know, you were at the celebration of Ruby Dee's 90th birthday. And tell us about Ruby in conjunction with Barbara and some of the greats that we have in our community.
Well, we're losing. We've lost Sister Maya, and now Sister Ruby has waved goodbye, and Barbara Ann Teer made her transition years ago. And we just have to pick up the work. We have to pick up the baton. We have to do the work. I'm glad that, we had them.
Yes.
Barbara Ann Teer died out of season. Sister Maya and Sister Ruby lived longer, but still for us, not long enough. And my concern is our children, that we preserve the culture and the history, and that we lift it up and support it. We should have a crowd outside trying to get in here tonight, and we just have to learn how to love ourselves a little more deeply, a little better, and a little more passionately.
Exactly, and that's why it's so important as we're here on the 46th anniversary. And I know, Susan, that you're also doing some wonderful work in terms of mentoring. Tell us about that in terms of it's encouraging our people to actually support the development of our youth.
The National Cares Mentoring Movement, which I founded as Essence Cares, is a call to action to our people all throughout the nation in 58 cities to get involved in mentoring our vulnerable young ones. Because when the call goes out for mentors, white women are the first respondents, and then white men, then black women and black men. And we need African Americans to step up, stand up, join mentoring organizations, get involved through your faith institutions in schools that need literacy training for children. Our children are losing ground in literacy and math and socially and economically and by every measure. And the government is not going to secure them alone. Foundations are not going to do it alone. This is really a community mobilization effort. So I encourage people to go online to caresmentoring.org, caresmentoring.org, or just Google my name, Susan L. Taylor, and everything you need to know about getting involved in the National Cares Mentoring Movement. Harlem Cares, Queens Cares, Brooklyn Cares. We're all throughout the nation.
Well, again, we want to salute your work, and we are excited, and congratulations on your honor and the work you've done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Governor Cuomo says, "Dear friends, it is a pleasure to send greetings to everyone gathered at the 6th Annual Teer Spirit Awards at the National Black Theater in Harlem. New York is the crossroads of the cultural world and the center of those with passion for the arts as well as creative brilliance. Since the founding in 1968, National Black Theater has offered the public a schedule of diverse productions, exhibits, programs that have captured the distinct culture and spirit of the Black experience and furthering the legacy of your founder, the late Dr. Barbara Ann Teer. Tonight, you honor distinguished individuals who have played a critical role in the development of the arts and culture in New York and continue to add a valuable perspective to the Harlem arts community. I join in applauding and congratulating all of these gifted artists who inspire us to celebrate the power and beauty of the arts each day. Warmest regards and best wishes for the wonderful celebration, Governor Andrew Cuomo. So, in the tradition of the Teer Spirit Awards, we like to open the space with grace. Our grace comes from grace. It is not religious in affiliation, but it absolutely is grounded in source energy.
I would like to salute the North, the South, the East, and the West. Because from those four directions, everything has been created. We pour a libation because it is the custom of our ancestors to put water to Mother Earth. So we pour a libation for all our ancestors, I say. We pour a libation for all the deities, gods and goddesses, and saints and guardians that surround us and protect us. And lastly, we pour a libation for us, the living, so that we may continue. We ask that the auspiciousness of this day and this hour continue throughout the entire evening. We ask that the food that we are going to eat and have eaten be full of love and grace. May it nurture our bodies and give us new life and new energy. May we share this food and be with each other with respect, love, and honor. May this evening be remembered as one of celebration and communion. We are thankful and grateful. And so be it. Amen and ashe. Slowly open up your eyes and let's take a moment to look around. Look to the right of you. Look to the left of you. Look all around this room. And just acknowledge the company that we are with by applauding each other. And as we applaud each other, we want to wish Dr. Barbara Ann Teer a happy birthday. So can we say it all together? Happy birthday, Dr. Teer! One more time. Happy birthday, Dr. Teer!
So I've learned that people will forget what you did, people will forget what you said, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
Yes, 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 yes. Now that was a quote from Dr. Maya Angelou, who, as you know, just recently transitioned.
And we must also acknowledge the recent passing of Miss Ruby Dee.
Yes, yes. Who is quoted, "But marvelous things pierce through the darkness of poverty and racism. You meet all kinds of people that help put life into perspective and turn the horror into some kind of lesson or avenue of awakening that lives with you all of your days.
As she shall live with us all of our days."
And when the National Black Theater's founder transitioned, Dr. Angelou honored Dr. Teer.
We are substituting Barbara Ann Teer's name with that of Dr. Angelou and Miss Ruby Dee.
Maya and Ruby, unique, original, artist in life, artist at living life. They lit up the screen, the state, or anywhere they chose to be. There are not, nor can there ever be, another Maya Angelou or Ruby Dee.
No one can follow them or step in their footprints and feel them. The world is pale by their absence, and the company of us who cared for them are weakened by their departures.
In that undiscovered country where they have gone, many friends have already welcomed them. They are listening to Baldwin, talking to Larry Neal.
Yeah.
They are hearing Max Roach, Sarah Vaughan.
We must be assured that they are surrounded by loving peers and that on this plane here, they will never be forgotten.
And here, we'd like to add, they are joyfully greeted by Ossie Davis, Amiri Baraka,
Yes,
and of course, Dr. Barbara Ann Teer.
that's right.
Now, we will have a brief moment of silence in honor of our two friends and icons as we reflect on how they made each and every one of us feel.
Share that Dr. Maya, Dr. Teer, and Miss Ruby made me feel good, made me feel powerful. They helped to make me love myself through their art, leadership, books, poems, and their lives.
Good evening. Hey, Gina. Thank you, Thaddeus and Johnny May. Let's get here. Our first awardee for the Frederica L. Teer Award is Reverend Dr. Iris Bannister. She is a resident of Rochester, New York, and a native of Oklahoma City. Her devotion to her community has been recognized through the awarding of numerous citations and awards. We are singing her praises today. Her publications include Lasso Your Whirlwind, Empowerment, Walking the Walking and Talking the Talk, The Fifth and Empower Women and Inspire Vision. She was crowned Queen Mother Winneba, Ghana, West Africa, where she had done extensive work on behalf of women and girls. Now, as she, a believer in walking the walk and talking the talk, I'm going to further introduce her with her own talk. Reverend Dr. Bannister was a keynote speaker at a SUNY Genesco graduation in 2011, where she said, "Success comes in cans." She told the graduates they will continually seek success in their career because you can, and if you understand your can options, then inside of that can, you will indeed find success. So she went on to say, success lives in you, and within you are all the new resources, talents, and skills that you acquired. You combine them together in different combinations for various situations and circumstances. And voila, success is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, voila, a can, and I ever so won the Reverend Dr. Iris Bannister. Reverend Bannister, please join us.
Good evening. Oh, that really wasn't an exercise in futility. I really mean it. Good evening. I am so thrilled and honored to be here. You know, every now and then, you have the opportunity to meet people that are just soul folks. People that just get inside of your spirit. And even though there's distance between you, you can feel them, you can sense them, and when you see them, you get super excited all over again. That's the way I felt when I first came here, and I met the people here. I invited them to come to one of our meetings. I am the governor of the Northeast District of the National Association of Negro Business and Professional Women, and we emphasize business and professional women. And I'm going to ask my sisters in the audience if you just stand, because we are women and we do understand business, we like to leave our impact wherever we go. So tonight we'd like to make a small contribution of $500. to be used as you see fit. And I know you will see fit to do what is right, because I see you every third Saturday of the month doing what is right. Thank you so much for this award, and I'm totally honored.
And now we're going to talk about institution building. That is the essence of the Frederica L. Teer Award. Our next recipient is Pastor Michael Walren, popularly known as Reverend Mike. And let me state right now, that is merely coincidence that the two recipients this year are both of the cloth. But who better to say amen? So Reverend Walren is the senior pastor at the historic 1 Corinthians Baptist Church in Harlem, not far from here. He has worked effortlessly to build an innovative, relevant, and groundbreaking ministry with a commitment to social justice, something to which I can attest to personally. He currently serves as a trustee and adjunct faculty member of the Chicago Theological Seminary in Chicago. His work has been recognized by many media publications, and he has been honored as the recipient of various recognitions and citations. Reverend Walren served as the senior pastor of Zion Temple United Church of Christ in Durham, North Carolina for 7 years. While there, the congregation grew from 25 members to nearly 500 as Reverend Walren raised the bar for effectiveness and efficiency through enhanced worship, ministry, building, and community service. As a motivational challenge, Pastor Walren launched Dream Center Harlem, a program that centers around arts, leadership development, and economic empowerment for Harlem's prepubescent youth. You know any of those? Teens and young adults. For Dream Big, Live Bold. A man who lives by as an example, he sets, ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Michael Walren.
Good evening. I am deeply humbled and honored to receive this award tonight from National Black Theater, and in honor of Dr. Barbara Ann Teer. I'm thankful tonight. My wife is here with me, Lakeisha. We are still celebrating. I brag wherever I go. My son, 3 weeks ago, graduated from Morehouse College. So I'm extremely proud of that. I'm also joined by members of the staff of 1 Corinthians Baptist Church who are here tonight. And I'm thankful because I'm here because of the work that a tremendous amount of people do. I'm part of what we call an ever-evolving community. And in 1 Corinthians, we say we are members of an ever-evolving community of visionaries and dreamers who have been called by God to live the lives we were created to live, commanded by God to love beyond the limits of our prejudices, and commissioned by God to serve. And so I stand here because I'm part of an ever-evolving community of transcendent visionaries who take seriously the call to be at the forefront of what it means to cast vision and see that vision come to fruition. And so I accept this award tonight on behalf of that community that I'm proud to serve as pastor, and thankful for that. And I'll say this, I came across a quote the other day that moved me tremendously. And it said this: no matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how slow the progress, you are still far ahead of everyone that isn't trying. And so that is what I will always remember, and continue to keep working, continue to keep trying, and continue to keep serving. God bless.
you.